10 amazing beef meals. I scaled off some 4-ounce patties. Got some buns ready with some butter, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and toasted in the air fryer. Flattened out the patties, laid them down in the skillet. Sprinkled a little pepper and salt on them, and smashed them with the spatula. Okay, the buns are done. Little mayo on the top with some lettuce, tomatoes. Flip the burgers. Added my onion, garlic, and herb relish onto the top. American cheese. Back to the bun. Ketchup, mustard, pickles. Doubled the patties. Laid them on the bun on the plate, top, fries, and here it goes. This is my all-world double cheeseburger. Look at that. Wow. It was delicious. Making Chicago Italian beef using my Instapot. I cut up a chuck roast and some London broil and seared it in the Instapot on all sides. I then took them out, sat them to the side. Into the same pot, added some onions, green peppers, garlic, and olive oil and stirred. I then deglazed the pot with pepperoncini juice, pepperoncinis, Worcester sauce, red wine vinegar, water, beef base, steak seasoning, paprika, Italian seasoning, and oregano, and stirred. I added the meat back in, stirred, and cooked for 48 minutes. After the 48 minutes, I pulled them out, and they were so tender. I put them in the freezer and added more onions and bell peppers to the pot. Stirred. Look at that. I grabbed my meat out the freezer and sliced it up. I don't like shredded beef. I finished cutting my beef and added it to the pot. Stirred and added some pepper rings and some pepperoncini and stirred. I allowed this to simmer on saute feature while I got my bun together. Split on the top, added my mozzarella cheese into the air fryer until the bun was toasted and the cheese was melted. I gave my beef one last spin. It's ready. We had a spot in Homestead. Put the beef into the bun. This Italian lady made the best. Dunked the bun in the au jus or the broth. And here goes my Chicago-style Italian beef sub. Our sandwich. Look at that. Woo! Juicy, tender, all the peppers, the cheesy toasted bun. This was delicious. While at my local supermarket, I found some Tbone steaks, some salad bags, corn on the cob, and potatoes for the low. I had to get a couple. I cut up some tomatoes, onions, and boiled eggs for the salad and put down some butter, thyme, rosemary, onions, mushrooms, and garlic for the steak sauce. There's the cob corn on the back burner. Added some salt, pepper, Worcester sauce, ketchup, and stirred for a bit. Laid down my steaks with steak seasonings and lemon pepperoni. Seared it pretty nice. Put it in the oven on the broil function and broiled until medium well. I tossed my salad together. Baked potatoes are in the microwave. Final check on my toppings. Took my steak out and poured the toppings on top. And here it goes. T-bone steak dinner with baked potatoes with butter, salt, pepper, and parsley, buttered corn with chili powder, Parmesan cheese, salt, and my tossed salad with fresh dill weed. This was delicious. I've been getting these shaved beef packages from my local supermarket. They are the perfect vessel for a steak and egg sandwich. I laid down some onions, the meat, some steak seasonings, and stirred for a bit. And a little Worcester sauce, too. Took it out and put it on a buttered, lightly mayoed wheat toast. Down with my egg. Break up the yolk just a little. Don't want it too yolky. Salt, pepper, flip, American cheese. Steamed. Take out and add to the party. Covered. And here it goes. Steak and egg breakfast sandwich. Made to perfection with sauteed onions, lightly buttered mayo wheat toast, fully cooked yolk. Look at that. Just amazing. Juicy, tender. Woo! And delicious. I started out with equal parts of homemade sausage and ground meat. Celery, onions, more celery, garlic, jalapeno peppers, cilantro, all-purpose seasoning, salt, pepper, chili powder, paprika, cumin, and stirred. I stirred this very well and added a couple of cans of diced tomatoes, one with the green chilies. Mixed it in well. I cooked down some great northern beans in a smart pot. Added some tomato sauce, mixed. Water, sugar, mixed. Added the white beans into the party and mixed. Baked beans, mixed. A little bit more chili powder and salt and pepper. And here it goes. This is my white bean bowl of chili, topped with cilantro and jalapeno peppers and served with saltine crackers. Woo! And this was delicious. The ultimate club burger. Grill made smashed seasoning only on both sides. Red onions. I toasted an onion bun with poppy seeds in the air fryer with butter. Flip, added cheese, bacon, pizza shredded cheese, turkey breasts, sauteed green peppers, and onions. I pulled off the toasted bun, added some mayo, lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles. Flipped the burger on top of that. Closed it up, and here it goes. This is my bacon cheeseburger turkey club with all the fixings: lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, sauteed onions, peppers, turkey. Look at that. Cooked to perfection. Add a little bit of spicy mustard on the side. Woo! This was delicious. I had a taste for a cheesesteak hoagie again. I dropped down some onions and sauteed them a bit. Dropped my meat down with some steak seasoning. I got my bun ready with some butter, chipotle roasted garlic, garlic powder, and butter garlic seasoning into the oven for 8 minutes. When it came out, I added my steak meat, shredded mozzarella cheese, and the sauteed onions. Back in the oven for about 8 minutes. That shaved beef from Aldi's is amazing. When it came out, I added some Hellman's mayo, and that's it. Closed it up. Wow, look at that. And here it goes. Philly cheesesteak hoagie. Wit. And wit means with onions, mayo, mozzarella cheese, and this was delicious. I heated some leftover cheesesteak meat up in the microwave with mozzarella cheese and sauteed onions. I laid down an egg and formed it to the shape of a bagel. I laid down the heated up cheesesteak meat, flipped the egg, piece of American cheese, and let it melt. I got my bagel ready. Everything bagel, that is, with a little bit of mayo. Put my cheesesteak meat on the egg and cheese and onto the bagel. Close it up, and here it goes. This is my delicious breakfast bagel. Cheesesteak and eggs on an everything bagel. With butter and mayo. Cooked to perfection. This is all I had to taste for today. I took one bite. OMG. This was absolutely delicious. Stuffed pepper soup. I went out and picked the red shishito pepper and a banana, a serrano, a jalapeno, onions, garlic, and I had a big orange bell pepper. I dropped everything down in some hot oil. Added some homegrown tomatoes and a can of diced tomatoes. I added some thyme, oregano, and rosemary from the garden and stirred for a bit. I added some salt, pepper, and some red wine. I chopped up some leftover Salisbury steaks and added them to the mix. Some homemade beef broth, some celery salt, and the rice. Stir for a bit until it thickened. I added a big green pepper towards the end, and here it goes. An explosion of stuffing busting out of the green pepper. Look at this. Stuffed pepper soup cooked to perfection. Just nicely put together with some ghost pepper cheese on top. Woo! This was delicious. This is how I did my prime rib. I bought it for the Lolo at my local supermarket. Trimmed off the fat and opened it up by slicing along the rib bone. I heavily seasoned it with kosher salt and pepper and my homemade garden picked herb and garlic butter. Slathered it all over the rib roast. Closed it up tied it up, and coated it with a good dose of paprika and roasted it in the oven on a high heat, 400 or so, and then slow cooked it for 3 hours on 260. And here it goes. This is my prime rib roast. Rosemary, thyme crusted, medium well. This is just how I like mine, with a little au jus. And this was delicious. And thanks for watching Kurt's Home Living.